Hello, hello. Brrr, it's cold outside. No, it's really not cold outside where I am. How about with you? Is it cold? Tonight we're going to go ahead and use this cute transfer. It says, Brrr, it's cold outside. And we're going to put it on this beautiful wooden snowflake that I have. Isn't that a great snowflake? I love it. It's gigantic. All right, let's get started. Tonight I'm using Chalk Couture products. The stencil and the paste are by Chalk Couture. This is our Chalk Couture paste. We're going to be using 4 different colors, I believe. This one seems to be a little thick, so we're going to thin it out. It's an old formula. We're going to thin it out with some distilled water. We're going to stir it up really good. And we're going to make sure it's mixed. And actually, we're going to be kind of blending all these colors together. So it's not going to be quite as important because we're just be using just a little bit of it, but we do want it to be the proper consistency. And this one is pretty dry. Get it mixed up. How are you guys? Happy Halloween. Have you had any trick-or-treaters at your house yet? My hair is just crazy, guys. I have a fan on and it's kind of blowing me a little bit. So we're still warm enough, so we need a fan here in Arizona. We're getting there. This is our colonial blue color. I was trying to think of how to do the snowflakes, and I always think of like a blue-silver combination for the snowflakes. But I found this really cool ribbon, and it's more of a green. Maybe a jade or a teal color. So I thought we'd use a little bit of blue and some greenish colors with this. So that was our colonial blue that we're going to use. And then we have our Lakeshore. Let's see how this one looks. I should have probably checked this a little sooner. Oh, this one's dry as well. I have not used these for a while, these colors, and these are the older formulas. The newer Creamy Dreamy formulas, you don't have to add water as much. They come out really smooth and creamy, and you want this to be a smooth yogurt consistency, and these last two have not been that consistency, so that's why I'm adding a little bit of distilled water, and it just comes right back. Just stir it up really well so that you don't have dry spots or wet spots. If it's too wet, it will run and it will go underneath your transfer, and you don't want that. And if it's too thick, it won't go through your transfer. So we're going to get this stirred up. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm sure you guys have all had some kind of celebratory activity this weekend. I actually went up and spent some time with a couple of my grandkids yesterday, and we did some Halloween fun. And today I really didn't do much. We may have some trick-or-treaters here. This is our new color, Jade. So this is the color that I think is going to match our ribbon most carefully, most closely. And it's one of the newer Creamy Dreamy formulas. And let me get another stir stick. This one, oh yeah, see how this one is? It is so creamy. You don't even really have to mix them up. I just want to feel it. And this one is our Couture Teal, and it is also one of my older ones. Wow. I'm getting to the near end of these. Okay. You know what? This one's really hard. Let me get a different one. Okay, this one's also Couture Teal. And yeah, it's better. It's a much better consistency. It's a new formula. Okay, so if you haven't used our Chalk Couture products before or heard about them, they are amazing. They are so fun to work with. They give you great products, great results at the end. So what I'm going to do let's get organized. I took my transfer out of my package. So I have this little cellophane package, and I do keep mine. Some people don't, I do because I store them in there. This is on a backing sheet, and I'm just gonna peel it off and separate it from the backing sheet, but I wanna make sure I keep my backing sheet because I'm gonna put it back on there at the end. That's real important. These are sticky, and they can be reused between 8 and 12 times, and you wanna take good care by cleaning them when you're done. But the first thing you wanna do is use something to fuzz it. Fuzz it is trying to reduce the stickiness of your transfer a little bit so it doesn't damage your surface or stretch your transfer. And you can do that on your shirt if you don't have a fuzzing cloth or a towel. Or I do have a fuzzing cloth. I'm just gonna lay it down a couple times because it is sticky and pull it up 3 times maybe. This one's pretty sticky. And it's just trying to get some lint on the back to reduce the stickiness. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is put it on my surface wherever I want it to go. And you can see through the silk screen. Silk screen is where the paste is going to go through. I'm trying to figure out how to get this on. I want the burr on. And I'm just going to smooth it on so there's not any air holes. But if you notice, I'm not going to be able to put this full header on, or the bottom header. It's got some holes here, and here, and here, and here. So I think what I'm going to do is just maybe do, the burr is cold outside, and maybe just these snowflakes at the top. That's my plan, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and rub over my stencil, making sure there's not anywhere that the paste could leak out underneath. I'm so excited to do this transfer, guys, actually. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do. I wanna do kind of a ombre effect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little dot of one color here, and then I'm gonna put the blue, the Lakeshore, or Colonial Blue, is this Lakeshore? Here. And then the teal. I gotta fit the green in somewhere too. Let's see, green maybe right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of get one of my silicone squeegees. This is a small one. And I'm gonna try to do this in a line so at the top is kind of a blue. And I'm just spreading it over the silk screen. I'm going to wipe it off, and I'm going to do the green. It doesn't look like I have much green, but I can move it from one place to the other. And then I'm going to do the next color is the, I think it's Lakeshore. And then I've got my Couture teal. I'm just smoothing it over. It's real easy, creamy dreamy. Move it over here. Okay, so I did get a little high on the teal. And I think it's going to be okay, but I'm going to try to add a little more blue in there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my finger, and I'm going to kind of blend. Oh, this is drying pretty quick already, guys. I'm going to blend my colors. I can feel this is really dry. Just so that I have a little bit of a variation going on here. And I am worried about that top one because it does feel really dry. If it gets dry in your silk screen, it's not going to go to your surface. It's going to stay with your silk screen. And I probably put way too much water on here, which could have caused bleeding. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. I'm going to pull it up slowly in case there's any corrections that I need to make. Actually, guys, it looks really good. Look at that. Looks really good. I'm going to dry it real quick because I want to lay it back down and do those snowflakes. Let's make sure. plugged in. So is your doorbell ringing yet? You have any trick-or-treaters out there? I don't have any yet. We usually don't typically get very many here. When my kids were little, I would decorate the yard so bright and cheery that everybody came. But as the kids got older, and of course they moved away, that kind of ended. And our neighborhood tends to be a little older population, not a whole lot of kids, so we don't get many trick-or-treaters. What's your favorite candy to hand out? Do you hand out any candy? I always make sure I buy something that I like, so then when I have leftovers, I can eat it. Almost done. Once again, I'm only drying this because I'm going to lay the transfer back down, and I don't want it to smear or damage what's already down there. Okay. So I'm going to lay it down and do those few snowflakes right there. I think I'm going to do this blue here, and this is Lakeshore. Stir it up again. So I'm just going to put a little bit on this snowflake. I'm going to put a little bit on this snowflake. You don't need very much of this paste. A little bit goes a long way. So I'm going to get my squeegee that I just dipped in the green. I'm just going to carefully apply the paste in that silk screen, right where I want it to go. It's almost a straight line. This paste does look pretty dry too, so let me just take it off. Let's hope it comes off. Yeah, but you know what? I wanted to get these little rounded edges. Doesn't look right without them. So these transfers are very forgiving. You can lift them up, you can put it back down, you can do whatever you want with them. They're really easy to work with. Okay, I'm going to lift it now. Yep, that looks better. I do have one spot that skipped right there. Okay. Cute. Okay, there's my snowflakes right there. Can you guys see them? Awesome. You guys know what I forgot to go ahead and pin my comment as far as the links to get you more information about Chalk Couture, and I'm going to put that in there right now. I hope I am. No, I'm not. And the links, what they'll do is they'll provide you with a link that you can click on to find out more about being a club member, or maybe a designer, or just more information in general. And it doesn't cost you anything to look at it. It doesn't cause you any harm. But if you also want to know where I got these products from, the Chalk Couture products that I'm using, you can click on join my VIP club. Just type in VIP in the comments, and it'll send a link to my page, and I'll accept you, and it'll send a link to your messenger. From there you can click on it and be in the club. It doesn't cost you anything. There's no commitment to be in my VIP club. It's just where I post the list of my products that I'm using, and also I do post some specials there. So I'll post some bundles pretty soon, and it's just kind of a fun place for us to hang out and share craft ideas. So join my VIP club if you would, please. Also, if you know of anybody else that would like this type of stuff, or maybe would like this particular video, please invite them, share the video, and have them, or you can also like and follow my page. If you like this kind of stuff, go ahead and give it a heart, and then we'll know. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to water down some paste. And I'm going to kind of paint around the edges a little bit. I've got these little paint trays. And that's our bad one. I think I'll use my teal that I just put away. I'm going to add just a little bit of paste to my tray, my color tray here. And I'm going to water it down with some water. Put away all this other stuff. With my fan on overhead, it's going to dry out my paste a little bit quicker than it normally would. So I'm going to cap them up real quick so that they don't dry out more because they were dry to start with. And we'll get them capped up and put away. Try not to bake a mess here with the paste. I did a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a very loose color, very light, wet color, because I'm going to paint a little bit on the edges. And I'm going to get a paintbrush. I don't want a lot of color, I just want just a little bit. Maybe on some of the edges. On the very tips. And what I want to do is I want to sprinkle a little bit of glitter on here. I should have opened this first. Let's see. I always hate opening things. It is so hard for me. There's got to be a secret way. Oh yeah, you just work it off a little at a time. There we go. Perfect. That wasn't so bad. Okay, so I'm just going to sprinkle very lightly where I painted. If it's still wet, if it's not, I'm going to re-wet it. Just so it stays when it's dry. Whoa. Okay. And I should have probably used a paper underneath that. Okay. So gently tap that off. It did not stay here on the bottom. Did not attach. So I'm going to re-add my glitter. Okay guys, let's see. So now I have a little bit of glitter to my snowflake, but I found this cool stuff, guys. It's a wax. It's by Junkyard Goddess. It's a hemp wax. But look at it. I don't know if you can see it. It has a sheen to it. It's kind of glittery. So what I'm going to do is get a paper towel and get some on my paper towel, and I'm going to rub it over my stuff. Oh gosh, this stuff is great, guys. So the glitter is in the wax, but it's so subtle. So subtle. I love it, guys. I love this wax. And over the paste, it looks wonderful. Now, in case you don't know about the paste is semi-permanent, which means that if you work real hard to scrub it off or scratch it, it can come off. But if you want it to be permanent, you would just spray it with some kind of adhesive sealer. Not adhesive, just a sealer, a sprayed sealer. And that would make it permanent. Otherwise, some of our surfaces are reusable. This one's not one of our surfaces, but it's pretty cool. I just fell in love with it. I love the snowflakes. I'm going to do more snowflakes soon, guys. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you see a shimmer? Oh, it smells good too. I need a shimmer in that. I don't know, but it's great. So now I have glitter all over the place, guys. Should have known better, huh? but I do want to add a bow. So I talked about my ribbon. Look at this ribbon. Isn't it beautiful? I got this from Michael's. Oops. And I got this from Michael's. See what I was talking about? It's kind of green. I always think of snowflakes as blue, but I just fell in love with this ribbon, guys. So I was just thinking, let me see what I'm thinking here. In the midst of my glitter. I'm going to stack the ribbon on top of itself. I'm going to have an end. And I'm going to make a loop. And then I'm going to keep the white up on top. So I'm going to twist it and hold it at the middle, because then when I flip it and make this bow, the white is going to be on top again. Okay, here we go. So we're going to make another bow, another loop. Okay, I'm going to twist it again because I want the white on top. Boy, guys, I love this ribbon. I love this snowflake. I am so excited for this project. I hope you guys are going to love it too. So that's 2 loops on one side. I think I'm going to do 3 loops on each side. It's kind of folding on me here. 2. Flip it. You know what? I think I'm just going to do 2 loops. Looks pretty full. It's getting all twisted down here. Okay, I'm going to put it down here again. I'm going to cut my tails. Ribbon aside, I need to find some type of wire. This isn't the best wire to use, but it's what I have right now. So I'm going to cut a length of this wire. It's just real thin. It's not fun to watch somebody else work. Okay, so I'm going to get this wire and I am going just to tie it. I'm going to cinch the center of this pretty tight and just wrap the wire around. Okay, turn on my glue gun actually. Okay, so here's my ribbon. And I thought I would attach I had a bell, but it fell off. Let's go get another one. So I have this white bell, and I think I can attach it with this wire. So I'm going to go ahead and loop it through the bell and twist it. And then I'm going to take my wire to the back so that it doesn't show. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and do what we call dovetailing. Dovetailing the ends, which makes it look a little nicer. So what you do is you fold your ribbon in half. You start from the outside wire edge and you cut up towards the center. And then you have this little V. So that's going to be our edge, okay, our end, our tail. So we'll do the same thing with this one. We'll fold it in half and cut from the wired edge of the ribbon up to make a V. So we have our tails. And what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of spread this out a little bit. Spread our, fluff our loops so that it looks like a bow. And you can, if you wanted to keep them together, you could. It does look kind of pretty that way, but I think I'm going to separate them. And I try to separate them opposite so they don't have two colors together. So here's our bow for that. And we've got our bell. Pretty cute, huh? Okay. So next, I am going to attach our bow to the top. Actually, before I do that, I don't like the way some of this glitter on the ends is so variated. It just doesn't blend. So I'm going to rub it off a little bit. And I might put some more of that wax on it. It does kind of show off the ends though. I like it, but it's just a little bit too much. So I'm going to put some more of this hemp wax on. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so let's see if my glue gun is heated up. It's got a little bit of glue here. Not a lot, but a little bit. Let's see if it'll hold it. It is, guys. Let's see if I can get that bow down a little bit. Let's fluff it and make it down. What do you guys think? If you love it, please give it a heart. We need our little tails down for sure. Move this off a little bit. Look at that. Isn't it cute? Oh, you know what I didn't put? I didn't use the transfer to do that. It's cold outside. Let's put that back down. How did I forget that? Okay, so I forgot to do the words underneath there. It's cold outside. Let's do those teal also. And I'm just going to get a little bit of my paste, my creamy dreamy paste, and I'm going to smooth it over the transfer in the white areas. Take up any extra that you have, put it back in the jar, and put our paste back away. Let's take it off. Let's see how it looks. Oh, that needed that for sure. Brrr, it's cold outside. Can you guys see it? Let me see if I can dim the light a little bit. Let's see. Okay. Can you, oh, there you go. Can you see any of the glitter in it? It's really cute, guys. I really love it. Okay, so we got that finished. I'm going to put it on my chair right here. And I'm going to show you how to clean the transfer. And this is going to be very easy. I have just a drying mat that you would use for dishes. And I'm going to lay it out. And normally I would have sprayed this right away because it makes the cleanup process better. But I just spray it with water, just regular water. Usually you would let it set for a little bit, but I didn't do that. And I have something called a board eraser. It's just like a magic eraser, but it has no chemicals in it. And I am just going to rub across and remove the paste that's in the silk screen and on the transfer. If it remains on the blue part of your transfer, that's okay because that's not going to bother it. It's not going to affect anything. but you do want to get it out of the silkscreen portion so that you can reuse it. And you can reuse these between 8 and 10 times. They're wonderful, and this one I know I'm going to use a bunch. I'm going to do a gold one also, like a goldy bronzy one. I think that'd be really pretty. Then you turn it over and you do the same thing for the back side. The back side, you're trying to remove any lint. You want to bring back that stickiness a little bit. And since I put it back down on top of some of that glitter wax, wax, it does have some glitter, but it should be okay. So now it's clean. Make sure you can see through the silk screen. I want it to dry, and normally I would just air dry it, but for this I'm going to go ahead and use a paper towel and just slide it over the sticky side. I'm going to wipe over the front side, and you're probably going to get more paste off as you dry it. See how I got more paste? Then I'm going to put sticky side up, and I'm going to get my transfer backer. So this is what we originally took it off of. Now this has a flat matte side and a shiny side. You want to put the shiny side down on the adhesive side of your transfer and smooth it down. I get all the bubbles off and make sure it's flat. And there you go. I store it back in the bag I got it in. That's how easy it is to clean the transfers, but that is the most important part of the process, is to make these reusable and you can use them over and over again, is cleaning the transfers. So you make sure you do that every time as quick as you can. So once again, I want to show you my finished project. What do you think? I really, really like it. I hope you like it too. Give it a thumbs up if you do. Thanks guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.